a plane truss having vertical downward, all vertical downward forces of different magnitudes are there applied at the hinges. Two supports are there, normally called, those are simple supports at A and H, and joint names are identified in this way: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, etc. ये कहाँ से आ गया? हाँ. So what was the next step? If we do not go for any special observation about this, just simply start from the conventional way, that is overall equilibrium of this, to find the reactions. Now before that, to determine the reaction, one thing we do, that is the geometry of this structure, and from the geometry of the structure we calculate these things. This angle theta1, theta1, theta1 for this straight line AF for three members AB, BD and DF. Theta 1 we are getting from this height 6 meter divided by base 12 meter, that is tan theta 1. 2 divided by 4, that is 1 divided by 2. Then if this angle is theta, now is this notations are readable on your screen, or I need to make it little bigger?
Sir, it is visible.
Okay, then what about tan theta 2? This height from similar triangles, this is 6 meters, so naturally it will be 4 meters, this will be 2 meters. So this 2 meter height divided by this 2 meter base, total length is 6 meter. This length A to B horizontally, this is 4 meter. So remaining length from B to C horizontally, it is 2 meter. So 2 meter by 2 meter, it is 1. So theta 2 is 45 degree. Then we go for theta 3. Theta 3 is this height 4 meter divided by this length. So from here to here it is 6 meter, and total length is 12 meter, that minus 8 meter from A, measuring from A. So 12 meter minus 8 meter, this part is 4 meter, and actually we can find 6 minus 4, that is this part is 2 meter. So height divided by base, that is 4 meter by 2 meter, that is 2. Tan theta 3 is equal to. Now what you can do, either you calculate immediately at that location tan inverse 2, you find the value of theta 3, you calculate the value of sine theta 3 and cosine theta 3, that you can do. Or you can make some arithmetic simplification, that this is in the ratio of 2:1, so hypotenuse will be √5. So once that hypotenuse is known, so what about the sine theta 3? It will be 2 divided by √5, and cosine theta 3 will be 1 divided by √5. Done. Similarly, here also tan theta 4, height is 4 meter, base is 4 meter, so it is 45 degree angle. And here in this case it is simpler portion, 6 meter by 6 meter, it is 45 degree, it is the middle point, 3 meter distance. So this is also from this isosceles angle, this is 45 degree, here also this is 45 degree. So this primary calculation we should make. Then we go for the determination of the reactions at A and at H. Find sigma mh is equal to 0. Develop that equation of equilibrium, moment equilibrium equation about H. So directly you will get the value of Ra without developing any equation consisting two unknowns at the same time in that same equation. So, and we can develop another independent equation for moment equilibrium equation about about A. Then sigma ma is equal to 0 will give you Ra eliminated directly from that. RH is the only unknown, and other forces with their magnitude direction known. Okay, so 2 kilonewton, 1.75, etc., etc. So find this clockwise moment by this force, clockwise moment, clock. Here it is also clockwise, and Ra gives anti-clockwise. So you assume some suitable sense of this moment. If you consider anti-clockwise moment is positive, so moment by RH, so RH multiplied by 18 meter, it will be positive. Remaining all the other contribution will be negative. So find the value of the reaction at H. Those things are very simple. It needs only practice. Okay, no difficult thing is there. And if you find any difficulty, you just get refreshed and start thinking from the beginning. Now, after that, what we do, we start from that particular joint where it is having only two number of unknown forces for member AB and for member AC. Suppose these members are both tensile, assume. So SAB, SAC positive acting away from the joint. At the end of the calculation, whatever negative value we get, that is will be compressive. This is the applied force 1 kilonewton. This is the developed reaction RA. Now from sigma Fx is equal to 0, SAC directly towards x-axis plus SAB cosine theta 1, that is equal to 0. Sigma Fy 0 minus 1 kilonewton plus RA plus SAB sine theta 1, the vertical component. No contribution from SAC. Now solve these two. From first one, get the relation between SAC and SAB. Replace it here. So find the value of that, or this equation directly will give you the value of SAB, because SAC cannot contribute in that sigma Fy is equal to 0. So general way, develop these two equations for concurrent coplanar force system, and there will be only two independent homogeneous equations to give you the solution for only two unknowns, not more than that. Please remember. So that is for joint A, and bottom of that diagram you should write free body diagram of joint A. Now while writing, you should not expect that line of writing will be perfectly horizontal, letter heights will be same. Maybe my handwriting is simply going slanting upward. So when I finish the line, maybe this line which started here at this level, my line finish up at this location. So you have to be careful about all these things, because normally we do not prefer the ruled pages. Okay, only white pages you should use, because those additional lines while scanning, it may create some problem. Next thing, joint B. Now at joint B, how many members are there? Member AB, member BD, member BC, and this is the applied force. Now force here developed at A for this member AB, and for joint B also, for the same member, forces will be same, but while giving their names, we are not giving the joint name first normally. That is, once you have used the member force for SAB, for member AB we have used SAB, so for joint B we are not using the name as SBA, so it will create some confusion. So be careful about that. And when you are using these algebraic notations, normally we prefer to give in order. That means the first letter comes first, or the senior letters. Okay. Now sigma Fx0 will give you SBD cosine theta 1, for BC SBC cosine theta 2, SAB negative minus SAB cosine theta 1. Separately, I have not given this angle theta 1 because it is along the same straight line. Okay, so with the horizontal, this angle is also theta 1. So minus SAB cosine theta 1, that is equal to 0. And for sigma Fy0, minus 2 kilonewton plus SBD sine theta 1 minus SAB sine theta 1, downward component, SBC also downward component, so minus SBC sine theta 2. Okay, now solve it. We get this value SBD is equal to, now this value you must note and check whether I have made any mistake there or not. So force in the member BD is minus 6.34 kilonewton. So naturally it is compressive force. Actual direction will be opposite to the assumed direction. That means it is acting towards the joint. But this negative sign is sufficient to understand that this is compressive. In the diagram, obviously we are working with pencil diagram. At the end of the solution, you must not erase this arrow and do not put any fresh arrow towards the joint. You please never do that. You keep all these assumed directions intact, and this answer will help you which nature of this member force will be there. Similarly, calculate from these two equations minus 1.886 kilonewton. It is also compressive. Now, after solving for joints A and B, which joint we should approach? We should approach to joint C, because here remains only this member CD and CE, and these are known, BC and AC already known. So draw the free body diagram of joint C here for member AC, for member CE, for member BC, for member CD. BC and AC, these are already known. Only two unknowns are there. Again, you generate these two equations for horizontal forces equilibrium and equilibrium equation for y direction. That is, take component of all forces along y direction and make their algebraic summation is equal to 0. So SCE directly towards x-axis, SAC directly opposite to the x-axis minus SAC. For CD, it is SCD cosine theta 3 minus SBC cosine theta 2. That is equal to 0. And for vertical direction, SCE and SAC cannot contribute there. Only thing, SCD sine theta 3 and SBC sine theta 2, that is equal to 0. Now, sometime we make some several more lines to indicate the components. We draw one line here, SCD sine theta 3. We draw one more line here with arrowhead SCD cosine theta 3. Plus, please don't do that thing. We have only four forces. Directions are rigidly given. In calculation, when you need to find the contribution or the component along a particular direction, you put either cosine or sine corresponding to those direction to resolve it along x direction or along y direction. So if you resolve these individual forces in y direction, in x direction, for BC in y direction, in x direction, it will be simply a clumsy matter, and you yourself will be confused. Okay, so for four forces, these are the equations, two equations, solve it. Force in the member CD, it is 1.491 without any negative sign, it means it is tensile. This is also positive, it is tensile. Now, after solving A, B, and C, we go for the joint D. Now, if by any chance for a long time you cannot hear me, please just shout, sir, you are muted. Okay, because my screen, I am working on this solution page. I am not seeing that MS Team page where it is showing whether my microphone is muted or not. Now, next thing, we go for D because BD and CD are already solved. So we go for determining DF and DE. Okay, so go for the joint D. Right? Now, BD, CD, DE, these are, BD and CD, these are known. So DE and DF unknown. What about the angle? This is theta 1, this is theta 3, and this is theta 4. Now, this theta 3 and theta 4, most likely theta 3 is 45 degree. I can't exactly remember. So from that previous diagram, theta 3 is tan inverse 2. Theta 4 is 45 degree. Now, for joint D, write down those equations. Sigma fx0, SDF unknown, cosine theta 1, SDE unknown, multiplied by cosine theta 4, SBD minus cosine theta 1, SCD minus cosine theta 3. Okay. Next, sigma Fy0 minus 2 kilonewton. Positive for SDF sine theta 1. Other three forces contribute in negative y direction. So minus SDE sine theta 4 minus SCD sine theta 3 and minus SBD sine theta 1. That is equal to 0. Solve it very carefully without any mistake. Then SDF is after solving, but in examination you have to show all detailed solution. Okay. Now SDF is equal to minus 3.35 kilonewton. So actual direction will be opposite, but you should not show it in the diagram, and its nature is compressive. And SD is, again, it is compressive, 2.86 kilonewton. Now if we go for the joint F, there for joint F, how many unknowns are there? Two unknowns. DF is already known. So FE and FG. So things are very simple if you repeat this process. So 1.75 kilonewton negative in y direction. So EF is directly negative minus SEF. SFG sine 45 degree negative. SDF sine theta 1 negative. And sigma fx0 SFG cosine 45 degree minus SDF cosine theta 1, no contribution from this vertical force is 1.75 kilonewton, and this member force SEF developing the member EF. So this is the method of joints, and please continue this thing, complete this thing, and find the answer so that in some class we can share this answer, and you can find the book. It is taken from Beer and Johnston. Most likely answers are supplied. I hope so. Otherwise, if it is not, please discuss. First, you discuss with your friends whether your answers are matching. But never be lack of confidence that your friend is getting some wrong answer and you have done correctly, and you are okay, दोस्त ने ऐसा किया, so naturally definitely I have made some mistake, so my friend's answer is correct. So never go for that. If there is any mismatch, both of you check it separately. Okay, now suppose let us talk about this member DF. So to find the force in the member DF, what are the steps? First, find the reaction RARH, then solve for joint A, then come to joint B, then come to joint C, then come to joint D, then you get the value of this member, force developed in this member DF. So joint A, joint B, joint C, joint D. So 4 joints you need to solve. Okay. Now there is a simpler method. Very interesting. Instead of considering each joint for its equilibrium, we consider a part of the structure in its equilibrium, as if we cut it by some imaginary cutting plane. Suppose a giant scissor, you cut it and consider either the right hand side or the left hand side, and consider its equilibrium individually, and you have to indicate the separate thing. That is, instead of the joint forces, you have to show the member forces. So if you cut it by a vertical plane between D and F, just you try to visualize that this cursor movement, there is a big scissor cutting this along this vertical line. So which members it is cutting? DF, DE and CE. And definitely the forces in the members DF, DE and CE are to be shown there, and either of the portions, whether the left side with respect to this cutting section or the right hand side with respect to the cutting section, you have to indicate all the forces. First of all, on the left hand side, applied force 2 kilonewton, 2 kilonewton, 1 kilonewton at A, B and D, developed reaction RA. Then the forces developed in the member DF, in the member D and in the member CE. Now, how many equations you can generate? This is a case of coplanar but non-concurrent. So you can develop 3 independent equations of equilibrium. 2 comes from sigma fx0, sigma fy0, another comes from sigma m0. Not necessarily this conventional or traditional approach you need to follow. You can do, or you can select any suitable direction, and for that direction, if it is possible to eliminate a unknown force directly from that equation of equilibrium, it's very nice thing. Okay, next we go for some simple example. So just for the time being, we stop sharing this file. Just to hold. Now, do you get a new page there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, you find several new things here. First of all, there is no such conventional hinge support and roller support at this horizontal level. Instead of that, we have several members connected at their ends, and here is a vertical wall. Normally, a vertical line with these slash lines are used to indicate a vertical wall, and one pin is attached here and another pin is attached here, or we can call it them hinge joints, and one member is connected to this hinge here and two members at their ends which are already hinged. That hinge is attached to this vertical wall at this location, right? Now, by the previous knowledge, suppose this is subjected to two forces. हाँ बेटा पी ले. मैं विदाउट ब्रेकफास्ट मैं कर रहा हूँ क्लास, और आप लोग दूध दीजिए करके चिल्ला रहे हो. Now, at these two joints, two forces are there. Any magnitude they could be, but this notation is used: capital P, vertical downward, right? Now, if I ask you to solve for all the members, then what you need to do? The conventional way, the determination of the reactions, we are not applying that. We don't require it. Instead of that, what you do? We start from this joint. Now, here is one applied force P, and how many members are connected there? This horizontal and this 30-degree inclined member. So only two unknown member forces will be there at this joint. Sigma Fx0 and sigma Fy0 will give you the solution. Suppose if this member is anything, member maybe it is 4. So directly from sigma Fy is equal to 0, you will find S4 sine 30 positive, P negative. So what about the value of S4? S4 is P divided by sine 30. So that is twice P. And how to get the horizontal force, the force in this horizontal member? Sigma Fx is equal to 0, no contribution from P. So this force multiplied by cosine 30 negative, this force directly negative and no cosine, other cos 0 degree, this is 1, and from the already determined value of this member force you can find this. So this joint is sufficient enough to attack with to find the solution for these two members. Now once we have these two members known, if we shift to this member, what happens? What about sigma Fx0?
The two unknowns are there, so we can solve it. The third one and the vertical one are unknown.
These two are unknown. These two are unknown. Now for our convenience, I just do one thing. Sorry, just hold a minute. I'll give you the joint name so that we are in some comfortable position. Now, what is the name of the joint? This joint is B. Here it is C. Maybe this is D and this is E. Right?
The DB and AB are same. Forces in DB and AB are same.
Exactly. By observation, we can say that DB and AB, these two members have same member force, because at this joint B, there is these two forces are acting horizontally and these two forces are acting vertically. So for sigma Fx0, there is only SBA and SBD, and they are in opposite direction. So SBA minus SBD is equal to 0. So whatever value of SBA or SAB, the same value. And from sigma Fy is equal to 0. SBC positive minus P negative, that is equal to 0. So directly we get the value of BC as equal to P, and it will be tensile. And whatever value you have got, that same value will be for this member BD, and it will be of same nature. Just allow me for 1 minute. Okay, I'll be back.
Sir, you are muted.
কোথায় এটা গেছে ভাই স্যার?
So I'm back. So do you find this space there again?
Yes, sir.
So this problem is very simple without finding any reaction. In fact, we do not require that. Start from joint A, then joint B. So these members BC and AC, they are already determined. So go for this joint C and determine this member C and CD forces. And you really do not need to find the reaction at this connections E and this connection D, because this one AB, AC, then BD, BC, and now it is CD and CE. You can solve it directly. But if I ask you to find the value of the forces developed in the member 1, 2, and 3, what to do? Solve joint A, then solve joint B, you get S3, then you solve joint C to get the value of 1 and 2, S1 and S2. But there is another method. That method is called method of section. So we cut this by a plane. Suppose now can you find a dashed line there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we consider the right hand portion with reference to this cutting section, and normally for this simple problem we need only one cutting plane which passes through all these members which are required to be calculated, S1, S2, and S3. But problems may be of different pattern also, where a single section will not give you all these members being cut by a single plane. So for that case, you need a number of planes. So for that number of planes, so what you can do, we give the numbering of these planes, that is, suppose it is first section 1, 1. Of course, it is not required to give the section name here for this particular problem. But anyway, this is the way how we identify different sections. Now, after that, as if the left hand portion has been removed, and we consider the equilibrium of the right hand portion. So for that, you have to indicate the members with the member forces and assuming tensile in this way. S3, S2, and S1. Right? Now, if we consider the equilibrium of the portion on the right of this section 1, 1, this is a case of coplanar but non-concurrent force system. So here also you can develop, as usual, three equations of equilibrium: sigma fx0, sigma fy0, and sigma m0. Right? And you can solve for these three unknowns, S1, S2, and S3, which is by method of section. Now here also it needs your good practice to build up your confidence. And one clue I will give you, the three independent equations of equilibrium, not necessarily conventionally you have to find out by using sigma fx0, sigma fy0. It could be any other direction, n and t, sigma fn0, sigma ft0, or u and v, sigma fu0, sigma fv0, or independently three different locations where you can use those locations as moment center and generate those equations, sigma m is equal to 0, and you can find the value of S1, S2, and S3. And what will be the convenient way? The convenient way will be, you suppose select a particular location. Suppose we select a location D. Now, if this location D is considered there, just hold a minute. This D is considered as moment center, then what about
Moment due to S2 and S3 are 0.
sigma MD is equal to 0 will give you no contribution from S2 and S3. So directly the S1.
Yes, sir.
Next thing, for that moment equation about D, the P multiplied by A, or this one clockwise, this P multiplied by twice A clockwise, and S1 multiplied by the perpendicular distance from D to the line CE. Now what about that perpendicular length? S1 multiplied by this perpendicular distance. What about that perpendicular distance?
So it will be tan theta means tan 30 degrees, so do a cot 30 degree, that will be a. It will be tan 30 degree, I guess.
Now what about this right angle triangle? AD is the hypotenuse.
Sir, but it depends on the where the dash line is there, the 1 thing.
Now dash line is here. So this perpendicular distance Does it depend on the location of the dash line?
No, sir.
So here is a fixed line AE, here is a fixed point D. You drop a perpendicular, and that foot of the perpendicular is a fixed location.
Is this perpendicular distance A?
Perpendicular distance is AD multiplied by sin 30.
Yes, sir.
बेटा इतना टाइम मत लगा. So that S1 multiplied by twice A sin 30, that is the moment due to force S1, and moment due to force the P at a distance A, and this P at a distance twice A, they're contributing there. So P multiplied by A clockwise, P multiplied by twice A clockwise, and S1 multiplied by that's twice A sin 30 anti-clockwise. Now you need to consider one sign convention. Suppose anti-clockwise is positive. Okay. So S1 multiplied by twice A sin 30 minus PA minus twice PA, that is equal to 0. And directly we solve for S1. Now what will be the suitable location for the moment center to find out the value of S2 directly? Definitely where the lines of action of S1 and S3 intersect, and definitely it is the location at A. So sigma MA0 will give the value of S2.
The member S2.
And here also that calculating the perpendicular distance, that is also same, that is twice A sin 30 degree, because this angle is 30 degree. And if we extend this line and drop a perpendicular from A, so from this right angle triangle, this is the hypotenuse, this is 30 degree base angle, so this perpendicular length will be twice A sin 30. Is it okay? Then
No, sir. Sir, angle will be the whole na. The 30 degree plus this one. Then twice a sine 30 plus something between the solid and
I am talking about this angle. The right angle triangle, here is one corner, another corner at A, other at D. This is the base angle. This is conventionally, this is the base side, this one.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. I was considering that angle. Sorry, sir.
Okay. This is the hypotenuse, AD. Right? Next thing, to directly find out the value of S3, which should be the moment center, where 1 and 2 intersect, that is at C. So sigma MC is equal to 0 will give you the value of S2 directly, and in S3. And what about the perpendicular distance from C to the member 3? This distance?
Sir, 8 and 30. 8 and 30.
Exactly, 8 and 30. So this geometry, trigonometry, all these basics you must not forget. That beta college join kiya or school wala padha. So it's not like that. It is your lifetime savings. Okay. And it will pay you interest. जैसे लोगों को पेंशन मिलता है ना, वो भी ये पेंशन देगा आपको. So is it okay now?
Sir, can we cut the member in any shape? Or it will be vertical or horizontal only?
We can use any plane to cut it, but it will be efficient or convenient for you if you use that plane which passes through maximum number of members which forces are to be determined. So if you can identify a single cutting plane which passes through 1, 2 and 3 directly, naturally it will be most convenient thing. Okay. Now instead of this plane, if we consider a plane here, suppose it is plane 1. Now do you get this S1, S2, S3 directly from that plane? You get only these two members,
Yes,
AB and AC. It is something like the method of joints. Now, if we consider this plane 2, 2, it cuts only the unknown member force to be required to determine, that is 3. So only S3 can be determined. Similarly, if you pass a section like this, section 3, in that case, only S1 and S2, no S3 is accommodated there. Only thing, this plane this one, it gives S1, S2 and S3, all 3 forces. But this type of simple problem you may not get always. So for that you have to utilize your common sense so that maximum number of unknown forces can be accommodated there in that cutting plane. But one thing is sure, that you cannot solve for more number of 3 unknowns, because it is a case of non-concurrent coplanar force system. So naturally only 3 equations you can solve to find 3 unknowns. Okay.
So we have another class.
Okay, just quickly recapitulation, sigma md is equal to 0. You get, just take a screenshot. Okay. Sigma ma0 will give you S2. Sigma mc0 will give you S3. And after solution, you just do it in this way. You make a table, member, force and nature. Member 1, 2, 3. Forces are 3p, p and root 3p. Their natures are tensile, compressive, compressive. Okay. So please try many problems from any book.
Sir, can you
On
show
this,
the upper slides?
this one.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so just hold a minute. I'll take your attendance better. This is a very important thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Download attendance list. It has started downloading.
Help me with that sum?
Now I'll check whether this download folder, yes, it has given.
Sir,
Yes, batao.
sir, can you help me with that drawing, means engineering drawing? I have confusion in one sum, means what to mark I cannot understand in that.
So please, so those who are waiting for the next class, please you can leave, and those who are interested to hear the discussion for your friends, some confusion is there, that you can do. So I will just come out from my shared file and you can share your file there.
This third one, what distance we have to plot? Means we can get the RF from the first line, just given a rectangular plot of land area, this one. From here we can find the RF by 90 by 16,000 into 100 into 10 to the power 4 by under root. So we can get the RF, but what distance we have to show in the diagonal scale?
Standard length of a scale, when you make a drawing, a standard length
Yes,
is 6 inch or 15 centimeter.
Yes.
Normally. But
Yes,
exact figure 6 inch or 15 centimeter will not give you your full calculation of representing a complete meter. Okay, so for that some decimal part will be there. Suppose 15.38 centimeter is required to show suppose 6 meter or something like that. But that type of data you may or may not get. So you have to check whatever you are getting now. The lengths are given in the form of rather the dimensions are given in the form of that area. So 16,000 square meter is represented by a rectangle of area 90 square centimeter. So 90 square centimeter divided by 16,000 square meter multiplied by 10 to the power 4, that is in square centimeter. So square centimeter is to square
Then we have
centimeter.
to do under root.
That is under root. Or another
Yes, sir.
thing, if you think it simply, that is the ratio of the rectangle, those sides are 1:2.5. So
Yes, sir.
rectangle of 90 square centimeter, it will be of length and width, how much? 6:15. 6 width 6 centimeter by 15 centimeter. And
Okay.
what about that 16,000? It will be 80 meter by 200 meter.
Yes, sir.
So you can take in both the ways. Either you represent 6 centimeter for 80 meter or represent 15 centimeter for that 200 meter. Things will be same.
Means
So
we can show the length also or the breadth. Means
anything,
if we
just
take
show it in calculation. The size of the rectangle for 90 square centimeter, it is 6 centimeter by 15 centimeter. Size of the rectangle, actual filled rectangle, it is 80 meter by 200 meter. So RF is 6 centimeter by 80 meter or 15 centimeter by 200 meter. And you change meter to centimeter without unit, you will find some ratio 1 divided by something, that is the RF. Now,
yes, sir, yes, sir.
draw a diagonal scale to read accurately up to meters. Now this data given is so convenient for you that 15 centimeter represents 200 meter.
Yes, sir.
Right? So
Yes, sir.
if you approach generally that 90 square centimeter divided by 16,000 multiplied by 10 to the power 4 square centimeter, whole thing without unit, that square root, that is the RF, that multiplied by for the suitable length. That length is not mentioned here, which length to be there. It is simply
Yes.
mentioned that you need to show up to meter. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Diagonal scale. Now, if meter is the lowest unit, then 10 meter will be, or decameter will be the next higher unit, and
Yes, sir.
10 decameter will be the next higher unit.
Yes.
So such kind of thing. So now 15 centimeter length represents 200 meter. Pakka.
Yes, sir.
So you subdivide that 15 centimeter length in 20 equal parts.
Okay.
So
Yes, sir.
what about each 10 equal parts? It gives 100 meter.
Sir, why 20 equal parts?
Because 200 divided by 20, that is 10 meter.
Okay, sir.
Now 10 meter is the one subdivision along the main line. It gives the secondary unit 10 meter.
Yes,
now you subdivide this 10 meter vertically along the diagonal in 10 equal parts, it will give you 1 meter. So if you think about that diagonal scale, in horizontal direction, you have 15 centimeter length to represent 200 meter. You find 10 meter, 10 meter, 10 meter by dividing 200 meter in 10 equal parts and subdivide in 10 equal parts that 10 meter, the small division along the main scale, that will be giving you 1 meter. And what length you need to show there? it is not mentioned. So any length up to a meter that you can find from
So
1
here
meter.
0.15 centimeter represents 1 meter, no?
That simple calculation, beta. 6
Okay.
centimeter represents 80 meter, 15 centimeter represents 200 meter. So you represent in the form of 1 divided by n, that is the representative fraction. And this calculation, we have made it simple for you, that 15 centimeter, which is the standard length of a scale around 15 centimeter, it is directly representing the 200 meter. So 200 meter divide in 2 equal parts, 100 meter, 100 meter. 100 meter you subdivide in 10 equal parts along that main line. It is 10 meter, 10 meter, 10 meter, and subdivide in diagonally. It will be 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter vertically.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
So at the sixth one, it will be a circle.
6-1.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It has been discussed. You never tried with your common sense. Or if you have, please.
Sir, how
please,
to find locus? Can you tell
Please,
people?
please go through any drawing book. It is described solution. These are all standard problems. So just go for all this repetition individually for all such simple things. It has been discussed in your previous class. If it was really difficult, definitely I could afford some time. But really, you are underestimating your common sense, your intelligence. Please don't do it.
Is it a circle?
Pardon?
Is it a circle? The locus is the circle, the sixth one.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Circle means the moving point is always at a fixed distance from a fixed point.
I think it's
But here
parabola,
you have
because a
a
fixed point
point,
F is
a
different from
fixed
this
point F and a fixed line Z1.
parabola, no?
Okay.
Parabola naturally is school ka.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, okay. Then it can be done. Okay, sir. I didn't get
बेटा
it.
एक किताब ले लेना.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
अगर पैसा नहीं है तो YouTube वीडियो में जा. It will
नहीं, sir.
demonstrate.
I have the book.